Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So in this video I want to show you this beautiful 8x8 inch mini album which I've made by using the new collection by Simple Stories called Boho Baby. And I think it's such a cute collection, so I really couldn't wait for it to finally arrive and sell in Germany. So once it was available in an online store, I just had to get a lot of those collection items. So not only did I get the 6x8 inch paper pad and some individual 12x12 paper sheets, but I also got some embellishments such as the enamel dots and the cutter parts, and then I also got the chipboard stickers and the bits and pieces. So the album that I've made is in size 8x8 inches, as I said before, but it's actually not 8x8 inches when it comes to the album cover, because the album cover measures 9 inches by 9.5 inches. And then I made a 3-inch wide spine. And because I wanted this album to hold a lot of pictures, I actually added 5 hinges and 5 page units to this album. And if you haven't watched it yet, there is a video on my channel on how I do my basic pages and also on how I like to add additional page flaps to my pages so that I have more pages and more space for photos to work with. And I actually added the first interactive element to the back of the album cover. So as you can see, there is a little pocket, and then inside of this pocket there is a tag. And I really like to include this on the back cover, because when you give this album to a friend as a gift, you could just write down your greetings or a little note on the tag, and then you wouldn't have to also make an extra card, but you just have your greetings on the back side of the cover. And to decorate the pocket, I just used a die cut from a local store here in Germany, and then I used my cutting machine and I cut out this scallop frame. And then onto the frame I added a chipboard piece I got from the collection which says "Hello world, I'm here", and then this teddy bear as well as some animal dots and a heart sticker. And then to decorate the front cover, I also used a chipboard embellishment from the collection with this cute lion, and then also another embellishment piece which says "This little light of mine". And other than that, I also used a scalloped frame die cut, which is from a slimline collection I got here in Germany as well. And then I also added a ribbon closure and some animal dots to decorate the corners. And onto the frame you could of course add the name of the baby or any other title by using some alphabet stickers, for example. But what I really love to do is, I actually don't own a laser cutter myself, but a friend of mine who owns a laser cutting machine, she is making these wood letters for me with the name or the title, and I think it just looks really nice to have the name of the baby onto the frame made out of wood. And to close up the album, I just added a ribbon closure by using a white eyelet as well as this beautiful yellow white ribbon. Okay, so now let's just open up the album. So that's what the first 2 pages look like, and now you can see that the pages are smaller than the album cover, and they actually measure, so the basic pages measure 8.25 by 8.25, but then the pattern paper I'm using is the size 8x8 inches, so that's why I refer to these albums as 8x8 inch albums. So these are the first 2 interactive page styles I included, and I actually included 13 different interactive page styles throughout this album. And if you're interested in also learning how to do this album and how to make all these interactive elements, you might want to check out my Etsy listing for my Mega Bundle. And this bundle includes cutting guides on all the basics, like how to do the album cover, how to do the hinge, and how to do the basic pages, but then also cutting guides on 25 interactive page styles. So again, I only chose to use 13 different page styles in this album, but by getting the bundle, you could choose from 25 different interactive page styles and just mix and match them every time you're making an 8x8 mini album. And then along with the cutting guides, you of course also get access to all the individual video tutorials for each of the page styles. So there's a total of 25 tutorials for them. And some of them are actually publicly posted here on YouTube, so you can just go and watch them for free, but then half of them are not publicly posted but part of this bundle. And I really put a lot of work into designing my cutting guides. So as you can see, they include all the measurements for the elements, of course, but they also always have a picture of what the page style is supposed to look like, and then you can see which elements you would need to build this page style. And to make it even easier, I also included templates for each of these elements. So these templates just show you in like true to size how to score and how to cut each element. So if you're interested in this bundle, you will of course find the link to my Etsy store in the description box down below. So now let's continue with a closer look on the first page style. So on the inside of the album cover, I added this pocket with a flap closure, and it actually closes up by using this string closure, which I made by using 2 white eyelets. And then inside of the pocket, I keep a little booklet for photos and then a journaling tag in size 3x4. So of course you could use it for journaling on the back side, but you could also add a photo in size 3x4 inches. And then for the little booklet, I included these photo mats by using some white cardstock and a camera stamp. But these photo mats are actually removable, so I used a removable glue stick by Scotch, and you could just replace these photo mats for your photos. And this is actually great because this way you can reduce the bulk you are adding to your album, because as you have seen, it's already a little bit chunky and I wouldn't want to place my photos on top of these photo mats. And then to decorate the tag and the little booklet, I just used 2 journaling cards in size 4x6 and 3x4 inches. And as you can see, I only used some pattern paper to decorate the pocket, and I just added 1 sticker on the inside of the flap. But I tried to really match the other side, so I used the same pattern paper as I used for the flap now as a background on the second page style. And for the second page style, I just added a little booklet in size 4x6 inches, which you can open up by flipping the page from the left and the right side, so that you always see 3 pages at once. And I again just added my photo mats on them, so you could replace them for a lot of different 4x6 photos. And then for decoration, I again used another scalloped frame die cut with my die cutting machine, and this is actually from a set by Lone Fawn, and I really love using this die cut, especially with 3x4 journaling cards. And now for the next pages, I always left the left side simple, so there's no interactive elements to the left pages, but then there's always an interactive page style on the right side. And I really like to also include some basic pages along with the interactive page styles, because on these basic pages you could add different photo sizes just how you like to. For example, as photo in size 6 by 8 inches, or of course full-size photos in 4 by 6 inches. And you could also choose the orientation of those photos, so you could use landscape photos as well as portrait photos. And then you could use even smaller photos like 3 by 4 inch photos, and you would fit 2 photos on one page. And then you could of course also use the pages for journaling cards, or you could add some stickers after adding your photos as well. So the only thing I added to the left page is a scallop frame again, and then a little quote which I cut out from a 4x6 journaling card, and then a star sticker. And as you could see, I didn't glue it down completely, so you could still slide your photos underneath it. And then for the interactive element on the right side, I just used an eyelet and then a 4x6 journaling card. And this is a fun swing feature, so you could just slide the journaling card to the top, and then you will be able to add your 4x6 photo underneath it. And then on the next 2 pages, again, there is a simple page on the left side, and I really kept it very simple by only adding some cute pattern paper to it. And then on the right side, I added 2 narrow pockets with tags inside. And to decorate the pockets and to match the left side, I used a bunny embellishment as well as the saying "You are my sunshine," which I also cut out from a journaling card. And then I also used my notch punch to punch out these notches into the pocket. And then inside of those pockets, as I said before, and as you could see, there are 2 tags which I would probably use for journaling, but you could of course also use it for photos which you could place on both sides of the tags. And for the next interactive element, I included my favorite page style, number 15. So if you're looking for the tutorials, and this one is actually publicly posted on my YouTube channel, they are all numbered. So this is the 15th page style I did in my bundled series. And this page style I really like because it's very interactive. So in the middle there is a magnet which I placed on the back side of this scallop frame and the lion cut apart. And then once you have removed it, you will be able to open up all these flaps. And inside you could place 3x3 photos, and you could also journal on one side, or you could just use it for journaling or just use it for photos, of course. And to decorate the flaps, I just used the 2x2 journaling cards which came with the collection, as well as some scallop frame die cuts. And then for the next interactive page style, I did a page style with 2 large flaps. And to open it up, you would untie this ribbon closure, and then you can open up both of these flaps to the side. And they are actually in size 8¼ by 6¼ and so you will be able to add some 6 by 8 inch photos onto the inside of both of these flaps, or you could of course also add smaller photos or use it for journaling. And then there's still room in the middle, which is basically a basic page on which you could arrange your photos as well. And this was just a great page style to add some papers I got from the 6x8 paper pad. So this is a 6x8 journaling card basically, which says it's the little things, and then there are these two rainbows, and I really liked this paper out of the 6x8 paper pad, so I wanted to have a page style where I could include it. Now on the next two pages I used the same pattern paper as I've used on the album cover, these cute flowers. This was actually, yeah, definitely one of my favorite pattern papers out of this collection. And then on the right side there is an interactive page style with 4 different flaps which open up to the sides, and then you will be able to add landscape and portrait photos to the inside of those flaps. And it actually closes with a magnet closure, and I again added this ribbon tab so that you would know to open it up on this paper. And then I also added some animal dots here to the corners of my 4x6 journaling card. Now on the next page style I also included one of my favorite page styles, which is a very interactive and can hold a lot of different 4x6 photos. So you can just open it up by untying the bow, and then you will be able to just open it like so. So it's an accordion style a booklet. So when you open it up, there's a lot of photos you could place on there. So you could open up completely, but you could of course also flap it individually by flapping it to the left and the right side. And then again, to decorate it, I didn't do a lot. I just used a 4x6 journaling card and my scallop frame. And then for the next interactive page style, I again used a pattern paper out of the 6x8 paper pad. And this was this cute nursery scene, but I actually also added this little tuck spot to the left basic page because I think it matches the right side very well, and I just added the sticker saying little one on top of it. And then back to the nursery pattern paper, which I think is just so cute. I also added some enamel dots onto it. So there was this colorful chain which I just decorated by adding the same colors as enamel dots on top of it. And then I also added some enamel dots to the flowers, and then I added a chipboard piece on the bottom, which is these alphabet blocks. And then for the page style, I added 2 swing features, which I used to close up the flap. And for this, I used some tack die cuts and my die cutting machine. And then you can just move them to the sides, and you will be able to open up the page style. And on the inside of the flap, I again would use a 6x8 inch photo, and I actually would also use a 6x8 inch photo right next to it, so underneath this flap as well. And I just noticed that I forgot to add some enamel dots to the corners. And I also noticed that there is one piece missing here because I thought it would also be very cute to place a tag inside of those of this tag spot. So I just made a 4x4 inch journaling tag, and yeah, you could just place it here, and then you could still add photos underneath, of course. There is also a tag spot on the next basic page, and this one says, "Oh baby." I used the scallop frame die cut again, and then this "Oh baby" is a sticker which I placed onto it, and it matches the right side, so I always try to have the same colors repeat. So yeah, on the right side there is a 3x4 journaling card which says little white flower, and then I again used or made a swing feature. So I used a circle scalloped die cut here, and then I also used some flower die cuts to match the flowers on the journaling card, and I placed them on there. So underneath of one of those flowers there is an eyelet, so that you can swing this piece to the side and will be able to open up the flap on the right and the page on the left side. And this actually reveals the next two pages underneath this interactive page style. So again, there is a simple page on the left side with only a small tuck spot. It's just I think it was a sticker, yeah. And then on the right side there is a belly band I decorated with a journaling card, and underneath the belly band I just placed a photo mat as well as a 4x4 and 3x4 journaling tag. And to decorate these tags and the photo mat, I also used some journaling cards which came with the collection. So especially for the 4x4 journaling cards, I didn't have any like page to use them onto, so I included them onto these tags instead. And then on the inside of the right flap you could just place a 4x6 photo, and I also added a tuck spot here by using the same like circle scalloped frame die, and then I added some star and a moon sticker to it. Now we are already onto our last two pages, which is the inside of the back cover and then the last page. And on the left side I used my favorite interactive page style number 4, which is a gatefold page. And then to close up the gatefold I used a magnet piece. So this is actually a piece from the chipboard stickers, and I just placed 2 magnets on the back. So you can just remove it and then you will be able to open up the gatefold, and yeah, it just reveals another page which you could use for photos, of course. And then on the inside I just added some white cardstock because I think these insides of the gatefold flaps are great for journaling. And to decorate the gatefold page I again used a little scalloped frame die cut piece, and I added some enamel dots to the corners as well as to the corners of the whole page. And then I added another one of these little stickers saying "Be brave" and a chipboard embellishment with this yeah, beautiful camera, and I also added an enamel dot to the middle of the camera. And then for the last page style I decided to include a waterfold page closing with a ribbon closure. And what I did here is I actually used all these tags which came with the collection as well. So when you open it up there is a space on the left side for a photo of the baby at 1 month or 2 months, because then on the right side when you swing the tag to the top it reveals 2 other tags for journaling, and on these tags you could write down the milestones as well as the height and the weight of the baby at 1 month and 2 months old. So this is for the first 2 months, and then of course on the next page there is 3 months and 4 months, and then on the next one it's 5 months and 6 months, and then of course 7 and 8, 9 and 10. And then the last page is for 11 and 12 months. And then I also added another like cut apart from the collection, which says Little You on top of a scallop frame on the last page. So now that's it for today's video, which got a little bit longer than I expected it to be, but I still hope that you enjoyed watching it. And if you did so, I would love to get your feedback in the comments, and also give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and then see you in my next video. Bye!